So let's dive into the conversation, and please welcome the CIO at Interzero Circular Solutions Germany, Claudia Wegener. So, please take a seat.
Thank you.
Nice. I see the audience smiling. That's always very motivating for us. Thank you so much for that. So, let's talk first about you. So, you have been CIO at Interzero since January this year. So, it's a very new role, but you have many years of experience within the company. So, what motivated you to take on this task, this new role, and what are your main goals?
Yes, thank you. Yeah, so I'm since January responsible for the IT department, but I'm not new to the company. So I've been at Interzero for over 13 years on the business side.
13.
Over 13 years at the business side, and I had in different functions. And at latest, I have been responsible for building up a sustainable digital solution for packaging licensing when the German Packaging Act came into force. And yes, it set new standards when it comes to digitalization, automation, and data management. And at that time, I had a lot of interaction with our IT department and how development should go. And I realized how important IT actually becomes when driving circular models. And for me, this is now a very interesting perspective change to see now, or to enable the IT to get it on the next strategic level, and to really foster that the IT is established for the driving motor to enable circular business models and to bring IT and business to melt it together and bring it together as one team.
Yeah. So it's a highly also personal motivation behind that. Very, very interesting. So let's talk more about circular business model strategies. Interzero's vision is clearly communicated. Do you know the vision of Interzero? Have you seen it before? Okay. So it's a world without waste. So can you give us an insight into how your business model contributes to the circular economy and makes sustainability tangible for businesses?
So Interzero is an environmental service provider since over 30 years. So we see us as one player in the circular economy, and together with our customers, we design product, material, and logistic loops. So our aim is always to look, are there materials or processes at our customer we can optimize to reduce waste, to eliminate loss of resources or energy. And that can reach from very individual end-to-end closed loops, where we basically take back materials from our customer, we recycle it, so we are also a recycler, we produce secondary raw material and put it into the production again, to providing digital waste management platforms to optimize logistics, until classical take-back systems of materials or packaging.
Yeah.
So when it comes to how is our contribution, I hope everybody knows what the Earth Overshoot Day is. So it's basically the day where our resources are used up for the whole year. So last year it was the 1st of August. And our company was able to move this date by 7 minutes and 12 seconds. So that number seems to be low, but it's amazing what contribution actually a single company can make.
Yeah.
And that's also what drives us, and we really believe in that.
Yeah, and it's a good role model actually also. Yeah. So can you give us some practical examples of how Interzero is bringing the circular economy to life? What have been your successes so far?
Yes, I actually brought two examples where I thought they might be very tangible. And when we just heard the speaker before about how many devices are actually lying in drawers. So, Shireen, how many smartphones do you have at home?
Oh, the old ones included?
Yes, of course, the old ones.
Well, actually, I really use smartphones for a long time.
Okay.
So every 3 to 4 years, I change them. Maybe 3?
Okay, and you have them at home? Mm-hmm. Okay, so the first example I actually brought with you
you know.
is a very simple issue actually, and it's actually dealing about what do we do with our old smartphones. So we actually have a so-called rebox, and it's looking like a pillar. It's a little bit higher with a surface, and actually what you can do, you can return your old smartphone there and get a price out of it. So we actually ease up the reuse of old smartphones. So it's an AI-powered terminal, and you can basically use it. You can insert your mobile there. It will be analyzed if it has any defects. The AI will basically look which model it is, and then you get a price for it, and you can basically sell the old smartphone and can redeem it at different stores. And what happens in the back, we are collecting those old smartphones. We take over the certified data wiping. We are basically refurbish it and resale it again. So this shows basically, on the one hand, how we use new technologies and AI, and on the other hand, how basically you can foster and actively promote the resale of old equipment. So we extend the product life, we basically reduce electronic waste, and we also foster sustainable consumption.
Yeah, very interesting. You have another example for us?
Yes, another example is also currently in the discussions, and I do think we heard actually a lot about it today. It's also about, for example, how you can easily check online the recyclability of your packaging. So everybody probably heard about the packaging and packaging waste regulation, which is coming up, and a lot of companies challenge it in order to design packaging from scratch. And we make basically a step-by-step approach. So the first approach, very easy, digital solution. You can basically insert some data about the size and weight of packaging and upload photos. And based on that, you get basically a status quo of the recyclability of your packaging. And then we also have a scientific approach later on, which we developed with BIFA Environmental Institute, how to analyze in the label later on what you can really do in order to improve your packaging from scratch, to design it for recyclability.
Cool. Do you have a third example?
No, I think
it's enough. It's enough.
Otherwise I could talk the whole day about because we have a lot of business models, but I do think they are very current.
But
issues.
You have a booth here, so actually everyone is invited, of course, to have a look and to get more examples.
Everybody having an old smartphone here can sell it today.
Really?
Yes, we have it here, so at A11 you can just try it out.
I didn't know that before.
But he can also demonstrate it, so don't be afraid.
Okay, so I will prove it. Okay, so actually that sounds very positive, very proactive, very light. But what are the biggest challenges that Interzero and also your customers face on the way to a functioning circular economy?
So we are unfortunately still living in a world which is characterized by production, consumption, and disposal. And in order to change that, it's a profound change of all stakeholders. So when I entered the recycling branch 13 years ago, there was a saying that waste will always go the cheapest way. And I do think that everybody who's here today and a lot of pioneers, they know we are not talking about waste, we're talking about resources. And although it might be not the easiest or cheapest way to design closed loops and to look for basically ways to reuse materials, it's the right way. Yeah. So there are different barriers. First of all, I do think, of course, there are also financial limitations, because sometimes, it's initially maybe a bigger invest, for sustainable solutions, but you have to look in the long run. And that comes to the second point. You need a strong will. You need an awareness, and you have to put it on a strategic level that you really want it. And yes, on the third barrier is when you look on a technology side and also about data management. it's challenging what it takes actually to gather all the data you need about products, materials, recyclability. So it's a new challenge for companies, and it also leads to improve the whole processes internally, also on a technology and system wise.
Yeah, also to be fast.
Yes,
yeah,
of course.
But it's interesting. This reminds me of a documentation which I just saw on a very huge red streaming platform, and it was called Buy. It was very interesting, and there was the sentence, we don't think about, we throw away. So what is away, you know? So, and it's really important, and that was like, touched me, because I always say, okay, I throw it away, so I go to the garbage, I throw it away, but where does it go? And that's exactly also, I think, personally, it's important to have in the mindset when you produce products, when you go to the market, to really think about that away. So it doesn't go away.
No, it doesn't go away.
This thought. Okay, so that just reminded me what you said. So regulations are, of course, essential on the one hand for promoting sustainability, but they can also create barriers, of course, because they're very, very complex. Where do you see a sustainable need for political action to further promote the circular economy?
Yes, as you said, they have pros and cons, definitely. But I do think when it comes to political action and needs, we do have to understand that sustainability and circular economy needs to become a guiding principle. It needs to have a framework for the whole value chain, starting from the design of products. And I do think that government policies can have a big effect on how companies or citizens behave and how they make decisions. So they can basically prepare markets for circular products and services. So, and we need incentives. We need to reach everybody to get into the circular economy, not only pioneers who already put it on their own strategic agenda.
Yeah.
So in that sense, I do think that it's very valuable also to have policies and regulations. Important at that point is that they look in the practice how recycling actually works and how the market knowledge is before putting regulations into force.
Yeah. So, what responsibility do companies have to make the vision of a world without waste a reality?
Well, it's a responsibility of us all. Everybody has to find his spot in the circular economy, and everybody who looks away is just doing a big mistake. So I don't think that anybody can say there's no responsibility, it's all on us.
Yeah. So what could be the first steps for companies to really open for collaboration?
Well, I do think it needs to be awareness. So I do think when companies are actually improving themselves, they will notice that they combine to make it also sustainable and to see and look at society, where is my responsibility, what can I do? And I do think when this awareness, will be there, that's the first step of where everything begins.
Yeah. So could you repeat again, what can we see at the booth again?
It's a Rebox.
It's the Rebox. Okay. So how many smartphones do you have? Who has more than 2 smartphones at home? Hands up. More than 3? Hands still up. Okay. More than 4? No. How many do you have? 5. Okay. So I think that's really a potential. You need to go to the Rebox, right? You know that. Okay. So do something for the circular economy. Wonderful. So thank you very much for your time. I really enjoyed our quick fireside chat. Have a great time here on the Circular Valley Convention. Great to have you here. Applause.
Thank you.
Thank you, Claudia.